here after week 13. Nick, let's start in Pittsburgh. That Steeler loss to the Bills certainly was ugly. Was it a bad game or a bad sign?
Oh, yeah, that's the easiest one you've given me. It's absolutely a bad sign. If it weren't for the fact that this division was completely a mess, they would be completely out of this. But, yeah, your quarterback gets his face broken. You can't really move the ball. Your defense gets run through. There's nothing about this to be positive. So bad that your future Hall of Fame coach is getting booed and chanted to fire. Like, I don't know. Is there something worse than bad sign? Because that is what is happening in Pittsburgh right now.
Watching that game, it was bleak. It felt like the end of something, right? And so one wonders, could it actually be the end of one of the longest and most successful coaching tenures that we've seen in the league's history? That's not hyperbole. Do we think that we could be seeing the end of Mike Tomlin's time?
It feels crazy to sit here and talk about how great of a coach Mike Tomlin is, but you just look at it, the production. I think the NFL will always be a production business. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016. We're now on the cusp of watching that performance on Sunday. You have to start to say, yes, I think it might be time for Tomlin and the Steelers to part ways. It may not be the Pittsburgh Steelers saying, we're firing Mike Tomlin because he can't get the job done. It may be them saying, you know what, this just isn't working at this point. Rodgers after the game saying we need to get guys to meetings. Like, think about the team we're talking about. A Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame head coach. Can you imagine on that team you can't get people to show up for something? When you have a legit chance at the playoffs? That's the part to me where you look at and you got to start to wonder.
They're getting the full Rodgers treatment without any of the good parts. So that part of it is a mess. But the Tomlin of it all, I'll remind anyone who doesn't know, they've only had 3 head coaches since 1969. So these things don't happen often, but eventually they have to happen. He isn't going to be the coach there until the end of time.
Right. Things end. And that's but I don't think the Steelers, they're chanting fire Tomlin. The Steelers are not going to fire Mike Tomlin. Right. They take great pride in being the organization that doesn't fire head coaches. Could they come to some sort of situation where he wants to try something, or they talk and like, hey, this isn't working anymore, maybe it's time to move on, mutual parting of ways. We hear that all the time. Rarely is it true, but it could be in a case like this. Look, they're still tied for first place, and if he has a losing season, it'll be the first one he ever had. Right. So I don't think he's in any trouble from their standpoint, but to the greater point, are we at the point where, his message isn't connecting? Like, do you have to, Andy Reid at the end in Philadelphia?
Yeah, this to me is always like the double standard of coaching and play, right? I'm just being real. Like, I think Mike Tomlin, there's a lot of great players that get cut, and there's a lot of really good players get cut. Oh, you're just not you're not good for me anymore, right? But like, when it happens to players, we're all like, oh yeah, it was time for him to move on. But like, with coaches, we're gonna live and die and be like, oh, he's so good, he's irreplaceable. Okay, like Vrabel replaced him, Ben Johnson. Like, there's a lot of coaches that are good coaches that may come in and give you a different perspective, and different things happen. What you do know is if the standard is a standard, which has always been preached, it's a long time. 2016 is a playoff win. And I get you're having winning seasons, but mediocrity in the NFL leads to more mediocrity, and that's really where you've been.
Do you know who's in that category with them, having not won a playoff game since January of 2016? The Dolphins, the Raiders, the Jets, the Panthers, the Bears, the Cardinals, and the Broncos. Those are the 8 teams that have not won a playoff game in that stretch. Denver's going to turn it around. The Bears are turning it around. That's not the company you want to keep.
No, and the others have all had like 3 coaches.
That's what I was about to say. I wonder how many coaches in that.
And they don't all go to the playoffs either. That's the other thing. So if you're going to, maybe there's a coach out there that would do a good job, but you better get one.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
I can't hire anybody.
But on the record show, I want dibs on this. The day they fired Daboll on the First Draft podcast, I said Mike Tomlin will be the next coach of the Giants. I said it that day, and I stand by it. That's what I believe is going to happen.
Is that during the autumnal equinox?
It was well after the autumnal equinox. Okay, next one. The next bad game, bad sign. Jeff, it's your team. Colts lose again. Texans. Bad game, bad sign.
Bad sign. I mean, when you look at the Colts and what they've done, that when they've played good teams, they have not played well. And the problem for the Texans, who wasn't really capable of running the football, they ran the football against them. In the fourth quarter, Colts had a chance to make plays. They didn't make the plays. This was a disappointing. This is a bad sign to me because, again, it's kind of the same thing. When you shut Jonathan Taylor down, this looks like a completely different Colts team. And that's the problem, and that's kind of what you're seeing happen.
Yeah, this team, It's scary. I think they'll still make the playoffs, but it's scary going forward because the expectations were getting higher and higher for this team. And when you have the injuries that they've just had, especially the Sauce, it's the big acquisition that's going to make their team able to play man coverage and compete in the playoffs, and your quarterback's leg is broken. It's really hard to be optimistic.
Look at the schedule. I mean, they still have to play San Francisco, Seattle, the Jaguars twice, who they never beat, and Houston again.
The bad sign to me also is the offensive line. Like the amount of times that Daniel Jones with a broken leg was hit in that game. Beat the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. You want us to that's going to be in the playoffs, go on the road and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They haven't won in Jacksonville in 11 years, and they play there every year. Like, there's something wrong when they go down there. I mean, Daniel Jones, like you guys say, he's playing with a broken leg, which, not ideal. You'd rather have two legs that aren't broken. But I think he's able to play, and I think he's able to hit some throws. What he can't do is move around. And talking to people with the Texans about the game, they say, we felt like he's not going anywhere. So, that's helpful when you're a defense, obviously, and it was a big part of their success early in the season. So
his athleticism is a huge part of his game.
Yes,
of Daniel Jones' game. Is there a wager connected to this one from our friends at DraftKings?
Only one rush for one yard in that game. That's a big problem considering how much he runs. You can bet him to miss the playoffs. I think it's a good price. Plus 235. $10 bet returns $23.50 in profit. You saw the schedule, which is daunting. You also have to recognize of the 8 wins they have this year, 2 came against teams with a winning record. 2. One was the Denver game where the leverage penalty at the end helped them. The other was the Charger game where that was the Charger C squad due to all the injuries that were out there. You're going to have to navigate this schedule. Now, all right, maybe you get the Jags 1 of 2. Sure, that Seattle game is going to be a real pain for them. The Niners, even though the defense is a problem, continue to find ways to win and the offense looks great. And then the Texans at the end of the season, it's a team this year that those 4 losses have come against the 4 good teams that they've played. Rams, Chiefs, Texans, and the Steelers caught him as well.
That could be the game. That last game at Houston could easily wind up being the one that decides the playoffs.
Let me just tell you, it's devastating for me to watch. It's like watching a train that just goes slow, and I'm just watching, and I feel. You feel me? I text you.
You need a hug?
I do. I do.
And the hug, Jeff. Good. And the flag that was thrown afterwards was on the offense. It was because they're fighting back about something that the ref is basically saying, tell your quarterback not to do this.
That's right.
Absolutely ridiculous thing, and you won't have this problem in the first place.
I had every Giants fan. I tweeted about this last night when Jackson Dart did this. The Giants are fighting the wrong guy right there. You want to fight somebody, go grab Jackson Dart and say, dude, get out of bounds. Fans have believed that Christian Ellis on this play did something wrong. You are taught, especially as a linebacker, not only are you hitting people, you are a tone setter. This is early on in the game going against a lesser opponent. That is your opportunity to go and get a clean shot on their quarterback. If he's going to allow it, you damn sure better take it or you're going to be off the field.
How many chances you get to hit the quarterback that hard?
Well,
you're going to take it.
If you're playing Jackson Dart, you're going to get a number of opportunities.
But that's the thing. That's what he'll learn, right? On that play, it was 2nd and 13.
Right.
He was almost at, and I'm sure he's thinking first down. But what he's got to be thinking is, 3rd and 2 is fine outcome here, right? And so step out. But I think that's got to be a feel thing, right? That's got to come with
his linemen over there defending him. They